So, hi, I'm Bailey, and this is Sophie.
Hi.
She's going to be my assistant here. So, I'm first going to start off with hair. So, you want to, it's a low ponytail with the middle part. As you can see, we've already parted it in the middle. But what you would want to do is you would want to take the end of a comb and splice it right through the center. And then pull it up and, make sure that it's straight. As you can see here, it's pretty straight. And stop, probably around a hand width from the forehead. So right here. Okay, so I'm going to get the top of her hair wet to make it easier to work with. And you don't want to spray the bottom though, because you want the bottom to be straight in the ponytail. So just make sure to get it pretty soaking wet so that's easy to work with. Sorry, so you're good. Okay. So next, you're going to want to take gel. And here we have the Kenra Firm Hold Gel. This one's really good. And it works really well with making sure it's slick back. Because for competition, you want your hair to be like a helmet. So slick back, kind of hard. So yeah. If I could get this open. Wait, yes, okay. So you're just going to want to take that and rub it through the top of the head. Like this. Just so that when you do pull it back, it's nice and hard and it sticks and there's no flyaways. Okay, so as you see, I've done gelling, almost. Hold on. There's a little bit more flyaways in the front. So, just want to get those on the sides so that's really slick. Now, I'm going to take a comb and I'm going to start to bring the hair back. Now, the reason why you want to start with a comb is so that it has more of a slick look, because most of the time with brushes, it has too much of separation in the hair. So if you really want it to just look like it's just like a big helmet head, then you should really use the comb. So I'm just gathering the hair, starting to gather the hair in the back. So I'm just gonna grab it right here and I'm going to start to comb it back. Move forward a little bit. Yep. And for example, over here you can see that it's a little dry, so I'm going to spurt that so that it's more slick when you bring it back into the ponytail. And over here, it's a little wet too. Now the key to this little ponytail is just making sure that the hair constantly stays wet. Because if it starts to dry before you put the hairspray in, it gets a little difficult to work with. So I'm just going to really make sure it's looking good. So I've gathered all the hair in the back. And I'm just going to continue to make sure it's staying damp. Oops. Sorry. Now I'm going to start to take a brush just to really bring it all back. Okay. So I'm going to take a ponytail holder. It really doesn't matter what kind you have. If your child has really thick hair, then I would prefer then you should probably use a really thick ponytail holder. So I'm going to take it.
And just make sure it matches your hair
Yes,
color.
It should match your hair color. Because you'll see why later, because we're going to wrap it. But I am going to take it and wrap it 3 times around her hair. If your child's hair is really thin too, then you could probably do 4. Just make sure that there's really no room left in the ponytail holder so that it's really, really tight. Now, you can see here that there's a little bit of flyaways right here. So I'm just going to spray those down. And up here I'm going to spray too. I'm just going to tighten it. And I'm going to take a comb and I'm just going to run through it. Just to make sure it's nice and slick back, especially around the front. And if there's any flyaways around their ears, we'll spray that later. Okay. So, now, I'm going to take this hairspray. It's by Kenra Volume Spray. And I'm going to just spray it down. I would recommend using as much as you need until you don't see any more flyaways. You're going to hear me say that a lot in this. And just like run your hand over the spots that you spray after you spray them. Okay, so this is what the ponytail looks like before you wrap it. And I'll show you what that means later, but as you can see, it's very slick back. And there's really no flyaways, not a whole lot of flyaways. Okay, so now that we're done with actually bringing the hair back into the ponytail, I am currently straightening her hair. If your daughter has really curly hair, it might take a little bit of a longer time. Since Sophie has really nice and straight hair, it's easier. But I would just recommend taking it in sections. And just to make sure that's really slick and smooth. So now I'm about to start the wrap. So what you want to do is you want to take a small section of hair. You don't want anything too big so that the wrap is bulky, but you also don't want it to be too small that you can see the hair tie underneath. So I would say a section like this is probably really good. Like just to test it, you might want to like put it right over just to test and see what that looks like. And as you can see, you can't see anything. So I'm going to take this part of hair and I'm going to spray it down all the way to the end. And I'm going to put some gel in it too, because we want this part to be like here. We want it to be nice and slick, as I've said before. And we don't want any flyaways in this wrap. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to just run it through the hair. Okay, so as you can see here, it's looking really, really like no flyaways. It's very gelled. Can you stop it? Okay, so now that I have it nice and without any flyaways, I'm going to start to take it and I'm going to wrap it around the perimeter of the hair ties. So as you can see here, there's a little bit of flyaways, so I'm just going to spray that down a little bit. And I would recommend using small bobby pins, such as this one right here, because we don't want the bobby pins to be sticking out all over the place. We want them to be kind of invisible, so it just looks like your hair is wrapping the whole way around without anything holding it. So here I'm going to take this bobby pin, I'm just going to slide it into her ponytail, like that. So I'm going to take a comb and run it through her hair. And continue to wrap. Since her hair is so long, I'm not going to do as many bobby pins on each wrap. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to take another bobby pin and I'm going to pin it right here. Like just pull it through the hair and stick it straight down. Spray it because the ends are a little flyaway-ish. So as you can see, I'm almost done. And you just really want to make sure that it's secure before you hairspray it. So I'm going to slip another bobby pin in there. And see, you can tell here she has some layers. So I'm really going to spray this down. And I'm heading to the last of her hair, so I'm going to take another bobby pin. Just pin it right on in. So I'm going to spray it down just a little bit more. And I'm going to take hairspray, and I'm just going to spray this. You really want to spray underneath too, to make sure that it just looks like one big wrap of hair. Like, you don't want to be able to tell there's any hair ties underneath. So here we are, and I'm just going to spray a little bit more right here because there's a little bit more flyaways. So yes. Okay, so here we have the final product of the hair. Here's the wrap, and then here's the straightened hair. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.